During this evening's program, we need to end the transcription. During this evening's program, the our guests will not have access to cameras or to the chat box. That feature will be enabled at the end of the program. We ask that you allow us to get through the presentation, and then at the end, we will answer your questions. So Ms. Gillis will begin with the presentation on the advanced placement program.
Thank you, Ms. Cox. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about advanced placement and the different things that you're going to need to know if you're interested in your child pursuing these types of courses. First thing to know is that we offer advanced placement courses at all three traditional schools, Rockdale, Heritage, and Salem. We also offer them at our program schools, Rockdale Career Academy, Rockdale Magnet, and RVC. What we're going to talk about tonight is what actually advanced placement courses are. What does it mean when we talk about the AP exam? What are some next steps that you and your student will need to take if you're interested in taking AP courses? The benefits of AP courses, what it's like taking an AP exam, an AP course as well. What's that rigor look like? And then at the end, as Ms. Cobb mentioned, we'll have Q&A at the end of all of our presentations. Advanced placement deals with the College Board. It's the same organization that deals with the SAT and the PSAT that you might be familiar with. These college courses that are offered to high schoolers are based on research, communication, and the student's curiosity. These courses are specially designed classes for secondary students who are seeking to earn college credit or take more challenging courses while they are in high school. These are some quotes from the College Board. They say the Advanced Placement Program, AP, enables willing and academically prepared students to pursue college-level studies while still in high school. College Board also believes that AP is a collaborative community of AP teachers and students, along with states, districts, schools, colleges, and universities committed to the daily work of developing college-level knowledge and skills. Here's some facts about AP. There are 38 AP courses in 7 different subject categories. Each AP course is modeled on a comparable introductory college course in that subject area. Each course culminates in a standardized college-level AP exam, although the type of exam does differ depending on the AP course that your student is taking. AP exams are given in May each year at testing locations all over the world. And schools must be authorized by the AP course audit process to offer approved AP courses and use the AP designation symbol. So our teachers who teach AP in our district, number one, go to a week-long training over the summer called AP Summer Institute. And secondly, their course is audited and their syllabus approved by the College Board. AP teachers have the flexibility to design their own course based on expectations of College Board regarding content and skills. You're used to hearing about standards in your student's classroom. The College Board doesn't look at standards, they look at habits of mind and skills that your student will need when they endeavor and come across different content within the course. And we'll get to that in a few minutes as well. The second thing is that the completion of the AP course audit is required in order to designate the course as AP. That is to ensure that it's the same course and content being taught, not just in one high school in Rockdale as in another high school in Rockdale County, but also as in the state of Georgia as compared to Tennessee or Pennsylvania, California, or Florida. What are the benefits for taking AP courses? There are many benefits. The students can challenge themselves academically. They set themselves apart in college admission when those college admission advisors are looking at their transcripts. And they can also earn college credit, placement, or both with an exam score of 3 or higher. We're going to talk about that in a little bit too, because there's a website you can go to determine the college your student's interested in, what they need to get on the AP exam in order for that to count. And lastly, research shows that students who have taken an AP exam, even if they scored a 1 or 2, are more likely to graduate college on time than their academically matched peers who did not take an AP course or an exam. So you might ask, who's eligible to take it, AP? Can my student take it? Well, any student that is enrolled in 9th, 10th, 11th, or 12th grade at a public or private high school in Georgia can take an AP class. Some courses have prerequisites, but many do not. For instance, based on certain schools in our district, AP biology has a prerequisite of biology before you can take it. However, if you're at Magnet, they're taking biology and AP biology at the same time. So some of these things might differ based on your school, and I'll ask you to reach out to your school for that, or you can send me an email and I'll find out the information for you. Lastly, students interested in obtaining college credit while still in high school can take an AP class. So we offer AP classes to 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th graders, and the AP course offerings are applicable to each student based on their grade level. Advanced placement support. Students have access to digital tools to help improve their performance all year long. What do these digital tools look like, you ask? Well, AP has what's known as AP Classroom. Students in Rockdale County Public Schools, teachers, assign them to AP Classroom, and within AP Classroom, there are practice tests, there are progress checks that students can take, there's also AP daily videos that students can watch, and there's unit guides for them to review. Teachers also have to be credentialized for AP. So we talked about this a little bit. Their syllabus has to meet certain curricular criteria based on the College Board. They also must hold a gifted endorsement on their PSC certificate or complete the 10-hour Gifted for AP course in order to teach an AP class. Let's talk about exams. Exams are administered by schools school-wide on set dates in May each year. Students can score anywhere from a 1 to a 5. Every college sets its own policy regarding AP credit. Exams typically take anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. The formats vary as well, but most include a multiple choice section area and then a free response, or we call them FRQ section areas, such as essays, problem solving, document-based questions, and oral responses. You'll look over there to the right of the screen that has your AP scores with the credit recommendation and then what that college grade equivalent would be. Notice that we talk about the formats may vary. That's because an AP US history exam will look different than the AP art exam. So you might ask, what does this cost me? Well, assistance is available for eligible students with financial. First thing is that the Georgia Department of Education will pay for one AP STEM exam, excluding research for all students. They don't pay for that, but they will pay for one AP STEM. On top of that, we here in Rockdale County Public Schools, through our Title I budget, offer exam fee reductions for low-income households. Also, this past year, our Rockdale County Board of Education board members were very gracious, and they have agreed to pay for all AP exams for students for this current school year. So what are some myths and what are some realities about AP? Well, one of the myths that people talk about is AP courses are for students who always get good grades. And that's not true. AP courses are for anyone who's motivated and academically prepared to take the course. Some say AP courses are too stressful. Well, it's no secret. It is very rigorous and it can be challenging, but the workload is not unbearable. It's manageable for students, and teachers have a plethora of ways to help students through the process. Some say, I don't think I'll score high enough on the exam to get college credit. The reality is you don't have to score a 5. Many colleges do accept a 3 or higher. And again, I'll show you a website at the end that you can go to look for that. Some say taking AP courses could hurt my GPA. RCPS AP courses are weighted on a 5.0 scale. So taking AP courses shows colleges that you're willing to challenge yourself academically. Some say I can't take AP courses because no one has recommended me. If you think you're ready to take an AP course, then you're ready to advocate for yourself. Just go talk to your teacher or your counselor. We here in Rockdale County Public Schools are not gatekeepers to students who want to challenge themselves. These are some of the courses that we offer here in Rockdale County Public Schools. I would like to mention a few highlights here. AP African American Studies we offer in Rockdale County Public Schools. We are one of the only districts in the state of Georgia who are offering this pilot course for the College Board. It will go live next school year for other states to offer. We also offer AP Italian. We are the first school district in the state to offer AP Italian. We were awarded that this past school year. And also, if you look on the right-hand column, AP Pre-Calculus is new this year, and we are offering that to our students. So what's the process to get into AP courses? Well, first thing you have to do is attend tonight, and you're already there. You're here, you're advocating for your child, and you want to learn what can I do to support my student in their high school career. The next thing to look at is research the colleges your student's interested in and see what they need to score on the AP exam and what AP courses those colleges accept. The next thing, and Ms. Cobb is definitely going to make sure this happens, she's going to make sure that your student is being advised by their high school counselor to look at what fits the needs of your student and what's in your student's best interest. Then you can have a conversation with your student. They can talk with their parent or guardian to figure out what's the best pathway avenue for them. Then you'll register for your courses at your high school. And then once you're registered and you start taking the course, we'll sign you up on College Board and get you an account set up so you can access that AP classroom. So a couple of things to think about. The coursework is more challenging than traditional high school courses, but your students are ready and up for that challenge. Credit transfer is not guaranteed, so make sure you do your research on what the college you're interested in will accept. And in order to be considered for college credit, students are required to take the AP exam and score a 3 or higher. This is the website that I was telling you about. It is on the collegeboard.org/AP credit policy. You can go there and it'll tell you what your colleges will accept. If you need additional information for this, you can go to collegeboard.org. You can speak to the counselors in your school, speak to your AP teachers, your administrators, and then also please feel free to reach out to me. Ms. Cobb's going to go into dual enrollment and what that looks like. There are some similarities and differences here. I'll just go through this very quickly. Both are weighted. Both give students a GPA boost. Both are dual credit programs, which allow them to earn high school credit and college credit at the same time. They both are rigorous, and it gives them an opportunity to this type of environment before they get out of high school. Both show colleges that the student is taking advantage of rigorous coursework and they want to challenge themselves. Both in dual enrollment and AP, the teachers are experts in their field. They know what they're talking about, and they've gone through rigorous training themselves in order to teach the course, and both look great on college applications. A couple of differences is AP does have an exam attached to it, where dual enrollment does not. With AP, there is a small fee associated with that for the exam fee. Like I said, this year the board is waiving that fee for our students. They're paying for it. AP credits are recognized nationally, where dual enrollment credits are not necessarily all the time. So that's why you really want to do your research about where your student wants to go to school to see what's best for them. And then lastly, there it says most dual enrollment courses are semester, while AP courses are year long. So that's just something to think about too, based on the college versus the AP that's still within the high school. But if you have any questions, please feel free to stay on after the presentation ends, or you see my email there, please send me an email and reach out to me. I am here to help you and support your student in whatever decision they make. Ms. Kyle, it's all yours.
We all know how technology works when you need it to work. All right. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. And you can hear me.
Yes.
All right. Here we go. So let's talk a little bit about dual enrollment at Rockdale County. Our dual enrollment process is changing for this year. And so welcome to our required presentation. So right now, dual enrollment This option is in collaboration with numerous college partners, and we're going to talk about our college partners this evening. You must follow the steps in order for you to participate in Rockdale County Public Schools dual enrollment process. Understand that you will be a college student. You will be a college student and a high school student. There's a lot of self responsibility that goes into this. And so we're going to ask you to just pay attention, be patient, and you must follow the directions. We will provide you with a RCPS dual enrollment checklist. And if you want, you can go ahead and scan that QR code. That is our checklist. Again, you will receive this a little later and we'll tell you how, but if you want to go ahead and scan that now, feel free to do so. So let's talk about what is dual enrollment. The purpose of dual enrollment is to promote and increase access to post-secondary educational opportunities to students who are eligible, high school students who are eligible. So let's talk about what makes you eligible. There are a couple of things. One, you should be in 11th and 12th grade. So we want you to gain college credit while you are in high school, but we want you to first um, you need to be in the 11th and 12th grade. You are going to be enrolled in college on a part-time basis. Some of our students in the 12th grade are really enrolled in a full-time basis. And this helps you to learn more about taking college classes as a high school student, prepare you for that full-time experience. You are going to have a more flexible schedule while you're in high school. It gives you a more rigorous classroom environment. It helps your parents save money because you are utilizing 30 semester hours of college credit. You have that opportunity, parents, to use 30 hours of college credit. Now, you also, the program provides textbooks. Now, the textbooks are on loan. So the way that we do that is that the students that are in the program, our partner schools will actually bring the textbooks over to our students so that they can borrow the textbooks. At the end of the semester, the students are responsible for giving us the textbooks back. So they have to check those textbooks back. If they lose the textbooks, then they actually have to pay for them. Some of the fees are actually covered as well, just some of, and we'll talk about that as well. There are a few more benefits of being a dual enrollment student. Those that are on a traditional dual enrollment program, when you earn your credits toward both high school and college, again, this puts you at a place where you're going to earn a boost in your GPA. And we always talk about that boost in your GPA because the classes are weighted. But the thing about it is, if you are not responsible and you do not take advantage and study and do all that you need to do, what ends up happening is that you can also hurt your GPA. So let's talk about this option A, which is the more traditional program for our students, where they are actually earning the college credit and the high school credit. So students need to complete 24 required units in order to earn that high school diploma. When you are taking dual enrollment, even though there are still the end of course tests that are required in some of the courses. So when you have to take American literature as a high school student in the traditional high school course, when you take a course that is equivalent at the college level, you are still required to take that end of course assessment. Even though it's the college course, you still have to take that. Okay. So who's eligible? First of all, ninth grade students are not eligible to participate in the dual enrollment funding program. Ninth grade students are not eligible. 10th grade students are eligible to enroll in any of our career technical classes. So those are like the elective classes. So if a 10th grade student wanted to take cosmetology, early childhood education, welding, HVAC, any of those types of classes, you are more than welcome to. But you cannot take any of the um, core classes like a English, math, science, social studies. Now, a 10th grader who has um, a 3.5 GPA with a minimum SAT score of a 1200, 26 in a single test, you can enroll in approved courses. So there are some ways that a 10th grader can, but that's also with your counselor's approval. 11th and 12th grade students may take any of the dual enrollment courses listed in the course guide at eligible participating schools. But there are also some caveats to that as well. And so let's talk about what those are. So, with dual enrollment, well, we're going to pause for a second. Dual enrollment for our students, when you are taking these dual enrollment classes, we want you to remember that these are actual college classes that are taught by college professors. You will earn high school credit, so they're dual. So your English class you're taking in college will also count for an English credit in high school. It will count as one of the four. So a course that you take in one semester, so if you take it from August through December, it will count as an entire year. Okay, let me repeat that. Any college course that you take for one semester of a college course, August to December equals an entire year of a high school course. Most college courses, like I said, count as a whole year, so one semester. Dual enrollment courses are weighted for an extra half a point for the Hope GPA. But here at Rockdale County, we will give you an extra 1.2 weight on your GPA. But Hope will calculate it an extra half credit. um, when the college issues their final letter grades, this is how it is converted. So if we are converting it to a numeric to add it into your GPA, an A equals a 95, a B an 85, a C a 77. If you have a D, we will put a pass because the district does not have a D. If a student withdraws from a course, it is a Z on the transcript. If a student has a WF, that equals a 60. Remember, any grade that you have on your college transcript remains on your college transcript, okay? Dual enrollment courses, all of them, academic courses, meet the academic rigor requirement for the Hope Scholarship. So let's talk about funding. So most of you understand and know that if you stay in the state of Georgia and you have a numeric above a numeric GPA of a 3.2, you'll end up with the Hope Scholarship, right? This money that you are using for dual enrollment is not the Hope Scholarship that you use for college. This is a separate pot of money. So think of this as a different bucket of money. You have 30 hours. So most of the classes are 3 semester hours. Labs are about 1 credit hour. You also have 45 credit hours. So if a school is on a quarter hour system, like Georgia Military College is on a quarter-hour system, you have 45 quarter hours. If the school is on a semester hour, you have 30 semester hours. So again, most courses are 3 semester hours. So that's about 10 courses that you have that you are able to take if you begin as a junior. A list of the classes are approved each year by Georgia Student Finance. So our job as school counselors would be to advise you. The list is there. You can see the list of courses that you can take. During academic advisement, you can discuss the courses with your school counselor. The school counselor will review the classes with you. And we also have the hours that you have left to take to ensure that you have the money there to pay for your courses. Now, here's another thing. Students tend to withdraw from classes if they're just not doing well. Understand that if you withdraw from a class 2 times, you will not be eligible for dual enrollment funding again. So if a student decides, I'm going to withdraw from my English class this semester, I'm not doing well at all, I'll just take it over. And then you withdraw from a math class, you are not eligible for dual enrollment funding again. Fine arts and the physical education courses, so photography, ceramics, any of those courses, they are not eligible for dual enrollment funding. Inside of Georgia Futures, you will be able to find a list of courses that you can take. Now, in order to get funding for the courses, students must complete a Georgia Futures funding application. You must complete the funding application comes out February 1st. It is very important that you complete the funding application for the correct year and for the correct school. So, for example, you are going to attend Georgia Piedmont Technical College. You must place the name of Georgia Piedmont Technical College. There's another school that has a similar name. Students have placed the name of that college. The college, Georgia Piedmont Technical College, will not be able to find you and add on your classes for funding. So we've had that issue to happen. You must have all of this information readily available before you begin to fill out your funding application. Please, parents and students, please note, your student must have their legal first and last name. Students, if your nickname is DJ, do not put DJ as your first name. That is not your legal name. It will reject the application and your parents will end up paying. We are dealing with those situations. We do not want, if your parents want to pay for you to go to school, that's fine. When there's money for 30 hours right there, you must have your legal first and last name, your correct date of birth. And this is why parents, we need the students to complete this because, and I know I do this all the time, I mix up my children's date of birth. So we need the children to do this. You must have your social security number and address. If you do not have a social security number, please see your counselor so that you can get a paper application. There's a different process we need to follow if you do not have a social. If you have a social and you're opting not to use it, that's a different story. But in order for you, and parents, you must need to hear this now. In order for your child to receive the Hope Scholarship, they need to have their social security number on file. Okay? Parents, in order for your students to receive the Hope Scholarship, they must have their social security number on file. You must know the name of your Georgia high school. And I know you all are chuckling, but there are plenty of heritage high schools across the state of Georgia. Please know you must click the right Heritage High School. You must click the correct school. Students also know that RCA is not your school. You have a home school. You must put the name of your home school. So your home school is either Rockdale County High School, Salem High School, or Heritage High School. That is even if you are in the full-time virtual school. So if you are a Rockdale virtual school student full-time, you must put your home school in that Georgia high school field. So you must have that SEEB number. You also have to have so then your profile information will populate into the DE application. That's very important. You must also have your parents' correct email address. So let's talk about this. Let's pause. When they're filling this out, once you put in your parents' email address, parents, you will get an email. You must complete and sign this portion of the application. If you do not, parents, your child will receive a bill at the end of the semester. You must pay that bill to the college because funding cannot be completed if you do not complete the parent participation agreement. I'm going to repeat it again. Students, you must have your parents' correct email address. When you complete your portion of the funding application, you enter your parent's email address. Your automatic application will go to your parent. When your parent receives that, they must complete the parent participation agreement. If your parent fails to complete the PPA, the parent participation agreement, your parent or the student will receive a bill at the end of the year from the college that must be paid because your child has attended classes. So parents, please make sure that your child has your email address. You will enter the name of your schools, the college that you would like to attend, which will be the names of our partner schools. You can add up to 10 colleges, but the name of the college you would like to attend goes here. Now, self-pay. This is where you have run out of funding. If you have run out of your 30 hours, you must speak to your school counselor and you must speak to me. My name is Tanya Cobb, and I am the dual enrollment coordinator for Rockdale County Schools. You cannot self-pay without permission from the school district, okay? You must go through a process for this. There is a particular form that needs to be completed. You may self-pay for courses, but you have to have the school district's permission. And the school district does have the right not to add the courses to the classes. Self-paying is called joint enrollment, and that is another process. Here are some dual enrollment considerations. Courses are going to be taught on a college level. You must be prepared, students. We want the best for you. Students need to be organized. They need to be prepared. Courses are taught on a system called Blackboard. Instructors will only communicate directly with the student. There's no parent communication. There's no communication with us. We have no control over the grade. Parents will not have access to student grades. We are fortunate, extremely fortunate to have the partnerships that we do with the schools. And we're going to again talk about those colleges in a moment. We do receive midterm grades and we are able to provide tutorial services with through Rockdale County Schools, through our partner with tutor.com. We are also able to assist the student through the college to get tutorial services. The courses are worth a full credit with an additional 1.2 GPA boost, but poor grades are harmful as well. A student who is not prepared can also end up with a horrible grade, and it can be detrimental to your GPA. Competitive colleges may not consider dual enrollment as rigorous as AP. So when we talk to students during academic advisement, we want you to consider advanced placement courses versus dual enrollment. Which is going to be better for you? This is an individualized plan. Advanced placement courses, dual enrollment courses. We will talk to you about both, but it is really which is going to be the best fit for the student. Credit transfer is definitely not guaranteed. We will talk to you about your post-secondary track, which is going to be the better option for you. So here at Rockdale Career Academy, that's where the majority of, well, that's where all of our dual enrollment courses are taught, with the exception of a few. Some are actually taught on the campus of Georgia Piedmont Technical College. But here at RCA, we have advanced composition, British literature, We have another reading and writing course. We teach American literature, which, keep in mind, is required for graduation, and the EOC is required. We teach public speaking, college algebra and statistics, economics, which is required for graduation, American government, required for graduation, US history, biology, both are required for graduation, human anatomy, psychology, and sociology. Some of these courses are taught face to face and some are taught online. And we want students to understand if you are taking a course taught online, you need to be able to be the type of student that takes the initiative to reach out to the instructor, and you have that type of self responsibility to handle an online course. Now, we do have some technical courses like certified nursing assistant, welding, um, early childhood education, cosmetology, which is taught solely at Georgia Piedmont Technical College. We are about 98% there with our HVAC course. We are building a room out there, and that is going to be with Georgia Piedmont Technical College. We are very excited about this new program. And another new program, which started this year, is our barbering program. Students, this is a 3-year program, a 3-year pathway that is new at RCA, and students will leave as licensed barbers. So this is a new program that school counselors will work with students on. This is Accelerated Career Diploma. This program is for students who know they are ready to enter the workforce. These are students who are saying, I definitely am ready to just get a job. And we can help them get there and work with them to get either their 2 certificates or to work toward a diploma or associate's degree at a technical school. And we have in this area early childhood education, welding, and HVAC. Counselors will work toward creating a specialized program for students where they will earn um, just 2 English classes on the high school level, 2 science classes on the high school level, 2 math, 2 social studies, 1 health and PE course, and they will begin working on specialized career courses through the technical college. So this is a definitely a specialized field for students who are ready to get into the workforce. I must mention that any male student who will turn 18 during the dual enrollment program while they are taking classes, or if you are already 18, you must enroll in the selective service program. There is no way that we can get around it. You must enroll in selective service in order to use the funding. If any male student fails to complete the registration, you will have to pay the full price for your dual enrollment classes. Now, if you are ready to enroll in dual enrollment and you think that you are proactive, you are, innovative, you are consistent with attending your classes, you are able to communicate with your teachers, you meet deadlines, you avoid procrastination, this is definitely the program for you. You are ready to get started on these college classes, and especially if you think that your post-secondary career in education is going to keep you right here in the state of Georgia, then dual enrollment is the program for you. I also want to mention any student with specialized services that has an IEP or a 504. I want you to understand that these plans do not automatically transfer from high school to the college. So even if you are a high school student and you are in the dual enrollment program, your 504 or IEP does not automatically transfer with you, even though you are taking high school classes and your 504 and your IEP works for you in these classes and you're taking your dual enrollment classes, it is not, services are not retroactive. You must go ahead and speak to special services on that college side. Okay? I know that was a lot of information, right? So let's take a pause and let's learn about our colleges, our partner schools. So the first is Clayton State University. We are fortunate to have Ms. Vonda Carmichael, who is our representative. She is on our campus all the time. In order to get into Clayton State, students must complete an application. Now, if you are new to the dual enrollment program, you will complete an application. If you are continuing in the dual enrollment process, you do not need to complete an application, but all new students will complete applications. For Clayton State, a student must have a 3.0 GPA. You must be in the 11th and 12th grade. You do not need to take the ACT or SAT. You don't need the PSAT. Scores are test optional. Once you get to the right here to the application, it will prompt you all the way through in what you have to do. Okay. The next school is Georgia Piedmont, and I'm going to skip that. You will be able to listen to the video when you get the link to this. The application process is very simple. There are just 4 key parts of enrolling into the dual enrollment process at GPTC. The first is if you're going to take just the CTAE courses, you need a 2.0 GPA. If you're going to take the core academic classes, you need a 2.5 GPA. The SAT, ACT, PSAT, not required. If you have below a 2.0, you will need to take the AccuPlacer. And not to worry, we will have an AccuPlacer day at RCA. That information will be forthcoming. So all students need an online application. You have to complete the new student packet, and then you have to send your transcripts. And I'll tell you about your transcripts shortly. You have to complete Georgia Futures. And of course, with Georgia Futures, you know you need your parents' permission. That's the PPA I spoke about. And everything will be in Georgia Futures. And this is what we do, the counselor piece. So again, your CTAE or academic classes, that's remember the 2.0 or the 2.5. And we handle putting your course schedules in for you. Now, in terms of Point University, for Point University, you need a 3.0 GPA, no test scores are needed, and you need your counselor's approval. Our next school is Georgia Military College. With Georgia Military College, you must be in the 11th and 12th grade. You must have a 2.5 GPA. There are no test scores required. But what I need you to understand is GMC is on a quarter system. GMC is the school that is located right here in Rockdale County. It is located where our old board office used to be, the old main office on Main Street. So it is face to face. And the classes, when I say they're on quarter system, you can earn an entire 2 credits in the amount of time that it would take you to earn 1 credit from the other schools. So what are your next steps? You need to receive dual enrollment updates. We have made this very simple for you all. There is a QR code, and there's also a link on our dual enrollment page on the district's website. If you sign up to receive, everything is right here in your next steps. Everybody needs to sign up to receive the remind. We have a 24/25 remind. So if you are interested in a dual enrollment program, your child needs to sign up in the Remind app. Parents, join the Remind app. There's also a survey link that we will constantly post in the Remind app. It is also being shared at all of the schools. The dual enrollment clerk has already visited Salem High School on Monday and Tuesday of this week. Today, she was at Rockdale County, and she will be at Rockdale County on Friday. Next week, she will visit Heritage, and this is all during the lunch periods. So the students can come up and ask questions during lunch and also sign up if they're interested. Once the student signs up on the survey, the student is then placed into a Canvas class. This is very simple. Once the student is in the Canvas class, all the information is right there. All of the information is also on our district's website in dual enrollment. You can, once you're in the Canvas, and once you're in the Canvas class, the information is there on each of the colleges so that you can click each link, visit the college's webpage, learn more about them, and then you will meet with your academic advisor. So you want to mark your calendars because between November 17th and February 14th, students are to apply for admission to the dual enrollment program of their choice. That is, you are to apply for admission if you are a new student to either one of our partner schools. So you apply to either Clayton State, Point, Georgia Military, or Georgia Piedmont Technical College. Between December 6th and February 14th, all of our school counselors are going to have meetings with students to talk about their classes for next school year. Your student then will express interest if they are in the dual enrollment program. On February 1st, everyone will receive a remind. You will also receive a ball call that the Georgia Futures application is available. Between February 1st and March 29th, students must complete the funding application. During that time, everyone will complete the funding application. And then we will have, in between April and May, a dual enrollment orientation for all students who have requested to take dual enrollment in the 24-25 school year. And we'll go over more information about classes, Blackboard, the policies, procedures. We just want to make sure all parents and students have a full understanding of the dual enrollment program, how it works, grading, what are the expectations, just all of the information at that time. Please scan this QR code. This is the dual enrollment interest form, and this is how we'll get your information and place you in the Canvas class. This recording will be sent out and placed on our district webpage so that you all will be able to have the information, listen again to it. If you have questions, you can email us at RCPS dual enrollment at rockdale.k12.ga.us. Again, my name is Tanya Cobb. I am at the district office. I am the district lead counselor. I am now the district dual enrollment coordinator. Israel Rowe is our amazing dual enrollment counselor, and she is located at RCA, right where the dual enrollment classes take place, so students can ask her questions. Again, please scan this QR code so you can sign up for the dual enrollment interest form. Our dual enrollment clerk will place your student. Now, it must be the student that fills out this form so that they can be in the dual enrollment Canvas class. I am going to stop sharing the screen right now. And we are going to be able to take a few questions. Hold on one moment. Okay. So right now, I have stopped sharing my screen. Miss Rowe, I believe you are in the room.
Yes.
All right. I am going to go and get our gonna set us so that we will be able to open up the chat and the mic and the camera so that we will be able to answer questions from our families. Miss Rowe and Miss Gillis, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So our camera and is on, our mic is on, and our meeting chat is on, and we will be able to take questions for the next 5 minutes. All right, everyone, we are ready. I see that Dr. Thorne has a question. Dr. Thorne, your hand is raised.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Hi, Ms. Cobb. So, could you speak a little more? I know it has a new name, but can you speak a little more about option B? For
Mhm.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. So that is our accelerated career diploma program. And so with that program, we are able to take students, they have two of each of the graduation requirements that they must meet. And then they are able to take courses in they are able to take courses in a particular area. And then
Oh,
the
look at me.
students are able to take classes in a particular area and work toward a diploma or a certificate at the technical school. And we can individualize those programs per student.
Okay, that's what I
Oh, I
want.
put my head up.
So,
Now, Dr. Thorne, I received a question earlier today, and from you, from your counselor, and I was able to get a specific answer for you. So I think we're going to have a meeting.
I thank you. I appreciate it.
No
Great.
problem. The question is, do you have to reapply for second semester? No, you do not have to reapply for second semester. Once you are in dual enrollment, you are in as long as, remember, you do not withdraw twice. Once you withdraw twice, you've lost funding. If a student fails, then the counselor and the student and the parent have a conversation because there's a RCPS contract that you sign. And that's what we're going to discuss during our orientation. Then you can be removed from the program based on your grades because there's something called satisfactory annual progress. And so there's a certain GPA to return back to the school. So all of that goes into it. But no, you do not have to reapply. For sophomores, that will be the current position for wanting to apply to dual enrollment at this moment. Can you come on the mic? Is that Santana? I don't understand the question. The deadline for application for summer is the same as the fall. February 13th is everybody's deadline. Ooh, great question. Does DE conflict with NCAA eligibility? That is an excellent question. And I do not know the answer because the waiver was just lifted. Excellent question. Um, I do not know, and I can find out by tomorrow. Can you please email that question to RCPS dual enrollment so that I can find out and answer that for you? And that will only be the online class, okay? Miss Waddell, Sherry Waddell needs the AP classes again. The recording we're going to post the recording. So you'll see the list of AP classes and your school counselor. Oh, you're awesome, Beth. Look at you. You have to teach me.
Sometimes technology works for me.
Look at you. What colleges take place online? Actually, all of them. All of them take place online and all of them have classes on in person. Miss Rowe, can you type in the chat and take some of the questions, please? Are there any other questions that we can answer for you all? Miss Du Bois, you have a question. Please go ahead.
Yes, you can hear me.
Yes, ma'am, we can.
Okay. So my question was, so let's say like we're taking a class, right? But we probably don't want to go to school in Georgia. So is there a way to transfer, or is only for schools like in the state of Georgia?
So if you're taking the best bet for you would be to contact your college
Mm-hmm.
and ask them if they accept dual enrollment courses.
Okay.
There isn't a definite with that, and that would be a decision you would have to make with your parent. That's the thing with dual enrollment. That's what Miss Gillis said when she put up that, dual enrollment. It really is. It's really up to you and your parent.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Is that Miss Me? We are definitely excited about this barbering program. You really should go by RCA. The setup is phenomenal. You want the list of the dual enrollment classes? Yes, I can do that. I can get my mouse over here to the screen. Okay, no, because please follow the instructions. Is that for Kiana? Please follow the instructions that we have. It's not time. That's why you're not going to see it. Please follow the instructions on the checklist. We want you to do exactly what, if you follow exactly what we say, you won't go wrong. Please go to the Canvas class. And I'm gonna get these classes. Miss Rowe, can you get the question about the AccuPlacer while I get the classes, while I copy the screen?
Yes, the AccuPlacer is a separate entrance exam that technical colleges will use. It's similar, but not similar to the SAT or ACT, but it is something that students who perhaps don't feel they may be as successful in the SAT or ACT can do for entrance into a technical college. And then the requirements for the CTA programs like CNA, it's not a requirement for the particular course. It's just the admissions requirements that the college requires. So you don't have to have any special test or anything to get into CNA. It's just whatever GPTC's requirements are. I don't have access to the Canvas class, only the Remind.
You will have access to the Canvas class by tomorrow. If you are in the Remind, then you will get a link for the survey. And once you join the survey, you will have access to Canvas. It's a process. It's a process.
Simeon, you can check with your homeschool to see if they are going to have an AccuPlacer scheduled at the school in the spring. If not, you can always check on gptc.edu, and you can always go to their campus to take an AccuPlacer. They have a testing office, an assessment office where they do offer it.
The Remind code. Okay. Yes, the Remind code. All right. Kiana, if you did the survey, just please be patient with us. You will get into the Canvas class. The clerk does the Canvas class entry twice a week. So you'll get in. Okay. She's going to do it again by the end of the week. You need the Remind code. One moment.
Yes,
Okay.
if the student is currently in 10th grade and they will be a junior next year, yes, you can go ahead and complete the interest form.
I'm going to post the remind code. All right. So thank you all. Here's the remind code. And we ask that you join the remind. We will send out information. This recording, I'm going to stop it right now, will be posted